There it goes.
There we are.
There it be.
Look, I got a stain from making biscuits.
Got a stain for making biscuits.
Yes, I do.
All right. Well, let us know if visuals and audio is okay. I do see some
peeps.
The green lights. That's normally a good sign if I see the little green lights going, lighting up. Yeah, the cat's probably gonna fight with each other right down below my butt.
I think one of them is gone. I think one of them is. I got another.
I don't know. No.
So many.
I don't know where they're at.
I think they took.
He's fine.
I think they took Luna. I think they took Luna. I don't know.
Well, I don't think anybody knows about the second. They know about Mom's cat because we've talked about that. We have not talked about him.
Oh, so we got Apollo.
So the kid keeps saying Apollo Justice.
His name's Apollo.
His name's Apollo.
But his name's Apollo because
Apollo Justice
AJ.
Ivey. Yeah. Apollo Justice Ivey.
Because she's a nerd and likes
Backstreet
Boys. But
well, Mom's the one who suggested that. I just like Justice.
That's Apollo.
Oh, no, I just heard you say it, so I was like, oh, like.
Come on, babe.
Yeah.
Come on,
Heather's in the house. Hello.
Hi, Heather. Who else we got? The Gypsy Girl and
the Baka Maker.
Vanilla Gorilla. We have. How y'all doing?
Howdy.
Yeah.
With the waves.
Yeah.
Anytime I see that hand gesture, it always, instead of like this, it always reminds me of like that.
Well, plus not because his fingers are open. So
Willow is here.
Yep, Willow's here. Mm-hmm.
She wants to say hi.
Yeah.
Being a little jelly because I was holding up Apollo.
Yeah, because of the two cats and chickens and.
Should be mowing.
Yeah.
It's a little warm for that.
It is.
I don't know. Y'all are a little further north than we are.
It is hot.
It is too hot.
Dad's outside and he's fixing up the truck right now at the moment.
Yeah. Yeah. He said that he's trying to have it done by today, but we're still not able to get it started. Only because there's a heater hose.
Yeah.
It's the small. So two of the heater hoses that comes off. And goes into the firewall. Yeah. The top one is the small one, and for whatever reason, it's more expensive than the longer one, just because it has a 180-degree bend in it. Mm-hmm. Like I look up, I can order it online. It's like what, $24 or something like that, or 40.
Something like that, $40.
I think it's 40, like 42 something dollars, right? And then I look to see if I can go pick it up in town at the auto parts store. $96
for that little part. They're like
for a hose that's only this long and it curved.
No, and then yesterday we were all stumped because Dad was putting everything together, and then he's like, "Oh my God, where does this piece come from? Where does this piece go?" So we spent a good 30 minutes trying to figure out where this piece went, which was, we said it was a vent.
It was one of the vacuum lines. Because we knew of all the locations that it plugs into. Yeah. But trying to remember the orientation of how of where it went, like where it bolted to, was the plate. Which I was out talking to Dad because this one was helping him yesterday while I was out working and doing some recording stuff. And everything they did yesterday, he had to redo.
It because there was a couple of other lines that needed to be connected, and I was like, "Great!" So,
but it's with the bracket, because she helped him bolt in the bracket,
which was in a very tight place.
Yeah, he wasn't able to connect any of the lines with the bracket already bolted. Yeah, so he had to unbolt it, connect all the lines first, and then rebolt the bracket.
Yeah, so that was fun. Yeah, we spent a good couple of hours doing that before he went in for lunch, and I went to go help you out up in the front because he was burning some brush.
Yeah, so the video that comes out tomorrow, basically showing my first attempt at ever trying to make something, And I also posted
a
short video on our side channel, which I tried. So I've done it before, because obviously with 2 different channels, you're able to link a video from a different channel onto like a short video, right? Because it always has like that little where you can link a video.
Okay.
And I was able to do that before, going from one channel to another. And I tried doing it this time. It wouldn't give me the option. It only allowed me to be able to click a video from the same channel.
Yeah.
And I know for a fact that I've done it before, but I think whenever I did it the first time, it was on my phone, and it gave me the option of linking a video from a different channel. And this time today, I did it from the computer, and even though it had the option of linking a video, it wouldn't allow me to link a different channel's video.
Got to figure that out.
So, and I even went back to my phone trying to see if I could re-edit, that, and it still wouldn't give me the option. So, I don't know if maybe they did an update or something and like got rid of that option.
Let us in.
I don't know. So, if you know anything about that, let me know.
Yeah, definitely. But yeah, so yesterday was a busy
here
day.
From Back to Good. Hello.
It was a busy day. Not as busy as the day before.
Yeah.
Dad's been outside catching fish after he showers. The sun goes down, he showers, he goes outside and relaxes, catches some fish.
Here lately, he's been catching turtles.
Well, he did he caught a couple of catfish, different types of catfish too at that.
Yeah.
So they were the baby ones that he threw over there.
Yeah.
From the creek, but now they're like.
Yeah, they're getting a little bigger. You can tell they're
6
bigger.
inches now, something like that. They're a good size.
Yeah, probably longer than 6.
So we were like, okay, throw it back in there, catch it later, and hopefully it's a good, decent size. But
yeah, well, I mean, they got plenty to eat.
Yeah,
I mean, catfish are bottom feeders, and the bottom of that pond is disgusting.
Yeah, you went in there, and
Jesus,
submerged.
Whenever I walked in there, because I won't walk in there without waders on, because we've already seen leeches, and I'm like,
oh yeah,
big leeches.
And I pulled them out when I was cleaning the edge. It was a couple of weeks ago. I was cleaning the edge, and we would see all sizes of tadpoles. So you're looking at the bullfrog tadpoles, which were huge.
Tadpoles.
And little tadpoles and these leeches. And
freshwater mussels.
Oh yeah, lots of mussels. And crawfish too.
A lot of crawfish.
Just from raking it out and trying to get all that gunk out of there.
I step in. I mean, it's probably a good foot deep, if not a little bit. I mean, because I wore my rubber boots over my waders, which a lot of people do, and I know that I can actually get an actual rubber boot from that same company, and it has like a little hook, because the waders has like a little hook on the front.
Oh yeah.
To be able to hook into your boot. That way it goes over the top of the boot. But anyway, I don't have those, and I just wore my normal rubber boots and went out there, and I was sinking down in the bottom like at least a foot.
Oh, that's
so there's so many leaves. And so many just muck and yuck in there.
Yep, that's right.
That I didn't want to go, and it gets deep very fast. you know, and with it being stuck in the bottom in the muck, and with it dropping off quickly, I was like, nope, I'm not gonna.
I would say, how far were you? How far were you? When it got to you.
Well, on the far side. So, and everyone always says like the dam side is always going to be the deepest. And I wasn't on the dam side; I was on the other side, and I only took maybe 4 steps, and I was already, up to above my belly button, and I can just feel it like sinking down. Plus, there's a lot of the sticks and trees and stuff like that on that side that we already know we need to get out. Mm-hmm. But then whenever I came out of there, and if you guys haven't seen the video, go back and watch it. But I ended up coming out more to the dam side. Mm-hmm. That's where the water comes in from water runoff, and it comes into that side. And I was out maybe 6 feet from shore, if that, and I was already, to the max. It's like the water started coming into the pocket up here in your chest. So
I wonder how deep it is.
No. and it's nowhere near. I was only about a third away across the pond.
So we would say what, maybe 10 feet deep, maybe.
I'm pretty certain in the middle it's way over my head. So
I guess we'll never know, huh?
And yeah, until I get some type of boat to where I can put, sonar or something out there. I don't know. Like,
getting a dinghy.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'd be cool to see how deep it is.
And I would like to get some of the little solar fountains.
Mm-hmm.
Just be able to stick out there. Which I know once you start aerating a pond that has fish and has all the leaves and just has all the stuff in it, that you have to kind of do that slowly because you will kill all the fish.
Yeah.
Because I've looked into it and I've watched several, videos on it. I've read a few different forums and stuff because I was interested in helping clean our pond and get some of the yuck and the muck out.
Yeah.
And possibly even in the future, turning it into more of like a swimming hole type pond.
Add some sand at the edge
and such. But obviously, to do that, you got to get a lot of those things out of there. Not necessarily fish. Fish are fine, but I don't want to be swimming in a pond that has leeches.
No.
I don't want to be swimming in a pond that has crawfish.
Turtles.
I don't want to be swimming in a pond that has turtles. Right, all those things. So
I mean, and at the end, we do get a lot of fish over there by the creek. We do get a lot of fish from there because that's where we bring in our fish from the fish to the pond. But I don't mind swimming with fish.
And obviously, I know that going out to the lake, right, you're going to have a lot of that stuff in there too. But
we got a lot of muck.
A lot of times, it's not right there at the fish or at the swimming hole area, right? You're not going to have that stuff.
So who knows?
Until we're able to clean that up some. But yeah, there's a lot of junk in there.
This is in my old town. He says there was a fake fed by runoff and had fish kills often enough that they ran perforated hoses across the bottom and pumped air through them. Yeah. We're gonna have to figure out how to clean up ours without killing all the fish.
Yeah, and you kind of do it slowly. So the first few days, like first week, you only go out and you're running it for like 15 minutes a day. And then you double it. And then you'll go out and you'll do 30 minutes a day. And then, until eventually you can start running it 24 hours or even just doing, sun up, sun down.
Yeah.
That way you can kind of get it set. So if it's a solar pump or solar, it gets its power from solar, you can have a switch on there to where it's going to do dusk to dawn type thing.
The main thing with that pond,
but you have to work up to that,
is we have to control we have to make sure we have trees out of the way. Not all of them, but a lot of the ones that produce all those leaves that get put into that pond and that cause all of that black muck going on. So that's maintaining the trees, raking them, make sure they don't get into the pond, then being able to rake out what's in the pond.
Yeah.
Rake that out. But yes, we're also looking at the plant types that can actually naturally filter the pond as well. Because that would be awesome to have.
Yeah, because actually, if you're doing a swimming hole because we've actually looked into doing like a natural swimming pond, and that's what, and people will come, they'll make them, right? That has the rocks and stuff around it, and normally they have a liner and as in the fish, but that's exactly what they're doing, is that you're creating a natural filter system by actually including like a little bog area with plants and stuff. So and that's where the water pickup comes from.
Yeah.
So it goes through your natural plants and filters and sand and rocks and such. And as it's filtering out that water, and then it gets pumped back into more of like a little fountain area or whatnot to kind of go back in. So you're getting the aeration, you're getting the filtration, you're getting the water movement going from one side to the other. So for a pond this size, to turn it into a swimming hole, we would have to create on either side more of like a kind of a bog area. But I mean, it would be, for us to do this, thousands and thousands of dollars. So it's something that's not going to happen, overnight.
That's it. Are you looking down ahead about that?
Yeah, that's like way down in the future, but it's still there. We're still.
He said lily pads. Now lily pads, they're awesome, but they also take over a lot.
Yeah, lily pads are hard to control.
Take over a lot. We have
cattails would be nice.
Down the road,
different plants and stuff. Yeah.
Down the road, there's a house that has a pond in it that's covered. The whole pond is covered with lily pads.
Yeah.
Completely. You can't even see the pond because of the lily pads that are there.
Yeah. That's one of the things that for lily pads, you have to get into the water almost every single year and control it. Like you have to trim it back and whatnot. Which I know that there's going to be other plants that kind of do the same thing.
Oh yeah.
Cattails will spread as well, but nowhere near as fast as lily pads.
Yeah, cattails are
because cattails too are more on the edge. They won't go out to the center as much. Plus, 100% of the cattail plant is edible. Like you're able to do stuff, with obviously. I know people out there have seen the TikTok videos or whatnot where they take the cattail and they're like, they go in their mouth. No, you don't do that. No. But you can make teas, you can make salves, and
I had the kids
different stuff from 100%.
Fill up the Jeep with that, playing with it. Yeah, the hood Jeep was just filled in the back with cattails. Like, dang it.
Yeah, which yes, we would definitely love to get some cattails.
Cattails would take over a few other areas.
Yeah, a few other. But right now, there is no shallow area. That's something that we would need to create.
The shallowest it is right here on the entrance.
Yeah.
As you're going, and it's just a couple of steps, and that's it. Then just enough to where you can see the fish going through and swimming around, but.
Mm-hmm. Most definitely.
Yeah, it doesn't go all the way. Maybe we can gradually make it that way.
Maybe.
Bring in sand, but yeah. That's the fun part about it.
But obviously we still need to fix the water. So the last culvert that we installed, we still need to fix that waterway of all the runoff that comes from the ridge that goes to the pond. Kind of fix that. The other culvert at the beginning of the driveway, either reverting that water to come towards the pond or just regardless, we're going to have to go in and fix that area of the property.
Yeah, as soon as we cut
that water can either go straight to the creek or turn and kind of go to the pond.
We're working towards right now we're working towards taking down all the trees that are there. So we're slowly as it gets cooler, as the days are getting cooler, because we did have some good nice days. Yeah. And we were out there cutting down
like
trees.
Lower 80s. It was beautiful.
So the breeze
nice
was
little breeze.
Nice. But we're slowly creeping up to that part because I haven't told him. I was like, if we get someone here just to level out that piece of land so that we can create a pathway, even though yes, water takes its own path, but try to have the water.
I think what's going to have to happen with that one is because we would like to be able to utilize that land over there too for animals, is probably creating a smaller stock pond. So as the water's coming from the ridge, goes into that little pond and then to an overflow that just goes straight to the creek. More than likely, that's what's going to happen. That way, this pond here can just be fenced off from those animals, and this will be more of just our recreational pond / fishing hole / whatever. So
figure it out.
Not have to deal with any type of animal. But that's not the projects we've been working on.
Nope, it's not.
That's not been the highest on the priority.
Right now, the highest is making enough space, enough room for the factory home, the house, the Clayton home to be able to get into the property. And I think it's going pretty well.
Yeah, so as of right now, we should be towards the end of the month going. So we still need to place the order.
Yes.
We have this, and we keep everything real, right? We haven't been hiding nothing from nobody. Yeah. We talked about it. It's $1,000 deposit.
So we told them that we can make it happen. Yeah. Even though it'll be a little tight, but we can make it happen for this coming payday. So we just asked them.
Our last YouTube check was pretty, like, we just barely met the minimum.
So we made sure that we asked the lender how much time, or not the lender. We asked
our representative.
Our representative. Yeah. We asked him how much time we had to be able to put that down and then, start the process.
Yeah, because as of right now, we are conditionally approved. Yes. So there was things that need to happen, right? And obviously with that was things that needed to be paid off first, which is already going to be paid off before closing. Okay, so there were some things that they wanted, and we told them, nope, it's not going to happen. So you might want to go back to the drawing board on that and kind of figure it out. Mm-hmm. And with that, they kind of came back on us and said, okay, well, if we're not doing this, which is, they wanted us to have grandma's household. We're like, no, that's not going to happen. They still need to live there until like spring of next year, right?
So
that's not going to happen. But with that, we were having Clayton, their contractors build the house pad. Mm-hmm. We're having their contractors come out and clear the land as all part of the thing for the house, right? And we were going to do the work for the electrical, plumbing, water, because that's not an issue. But for them to take off the house, they also had to take off the pad. Yep. So that's why we did the video of, hey, let's do a call to community. We have some folks come out and help us, clear some land or whatnot, or come out with some equipment that we don't have, i.e. tractors, backhoes, dozers, whatnot. If you have that available and you have the time available, otherwise, to try to get it done sooner than later, right? Otherwise, we're going to have to wait until a little bit later, right? A couple months to where we can just go ahead and hire the dozer for ourselves.
Yes, because we have a 4.5 month waiting period for that Clayton home to be delivered to us.
Yeah, because the pad just has to be done before they deliver the house. Mm-hmm. So we would have, obviously, the $1,000 deposit is for them to order it and start building it.
And then we have to put in
and then after it's built,
it's a $3,000 down, I believe. 3,000 something down, 3,000.
Oh, altogether it's $3,600 deposit.
But the 1,000 gets taken out of it.
1,000 up front. Yeah. 2,600 later before.
So that works. So we said, okay, that's a lot more doable than having to sell grandma's house. So that worked for us.
It's like we're gonna end up with a petting zoo.
Well, because so you have the Gypsy and Vanilla Gorilla asking us if we were what kind of animals we were gonna have. Right. And he said, are you going to eat those turkeys? What turkeys? Because if we have turkeys, yes, we'd eat the turkeys. Yeah. And Mom says we are going to have a petting zoo. To some extent. No. Her goats is going to be her petting. And I guess a little bit. Everything else is food. Yeah. And Max. Well, Max is not.
Howdy. What's up?
But
yeah.
No, Mom, we can't have everything as a petting zoo.
Definitely not going to have a petting zoo, so.
We can't. We need to eat.
Yeah, we need to eat.
Cuddles don't feed us.
No, obviously they're going to be, because we're doing chickens.
Yes.
Right, which we're going to do both. So we're going to have egg layers that are going to be specific. So this chicken coop that we're building right now in process, this is for our egg layers.
Yes.
Basically, any chicken, we're only going to have hens. Yeah. No roosters going in there. It's only going to be hens. It's all going to be the egg layers.
Right.
And then whenever we're ready to do meat chickens, we will pick a breed of what we want to do for meat chickens. We're just going to get like a hoop house, something we can kind of move around, and we'll put those chickens in that hoop house, or they'll be out into a fenced-in area, which is almost I think it was like 0.67 acres.
Yeah.
Right. It's a little under 1 acre. Let them free range that area.
Chickens and guinea hens.
Right. Yes. For chickens and guineas, they'll have everywhere. Free range of the entire
property. First,
they
will be there just so they can get used to where they're supposed to be. But we also need to get Max a girlfriend because Max keeps chasing around the tiny little hen that is like 4 times smaller than he is. So I need to find him a girl.
And that's the thing with and going back before, this one always likes to interrupt.
Hey,
with the meat chickens, right? Because you only have meat chickens for a few months, and then they're ready to process.
Yes, they are.
So you buy them, you throw them out, you let them free range, do whatever it is, feed them a little bit here and there. They have very minimal, like they don't need a permanent structure because they're only going to be here for a little time, and then they go to freezer camp, right? So I'm not going to.
But you want them to be happy chickens.
I do, and that's why they're going to be free range.
They're a lot tender.
Right, they will be free range, but I'm not going to spend hundreds and hundreds of dollars to build them a building when they're only here for a little time. So they're just going to have a hoop house. Hoop house.
So he says, "I'm not butchering Max.
No,
I am not. Max is
a pet.
Max is my honey bun. That boy.
He has free range everywhere.
He like rules the place out there.
I'm surprised he hasn't even come into the RV yet.
Because, well, every time I walk out or Dad walks out, like he notices. When he notices Dad, it's like, "What you got for me?" And he will run. Oh my God, he runs so fun. He's like running, and like a chubby guy.
Porcupines.
Right? And he'll look for Dad and see what Dad has in his hands. If Dad's eating something, he has to be there to eat something.
Yeah.
But I need him to stop chasing around the girls.
Yeah, because whenever it comes to like for beef, I already have friends that raise cattle. Yeah. So in the event that we need beef, or I'll just go down to the stockyard because we have a local stockyard, and I'll just go down to the auction house and be like, "I want that one," and then I'll just take it straight to the butcher.
But I would rather.
That's going to be the cheapest option.
Yeah.
For that, but I don't want to raise cattle. She still wants a pet cow.
It's okay. That'll be like later when I'm super gray like you.
That's when we need the land cleared on the other side of the pond.
Yeah, we do.
That's where the cow will go.
But yes, we're gonna get the chickens. We already have some chickens, but those chickens, I am looking for a rooster for those chickens. Because those are special chickens.
Yeah.
And we ain't gonna tell you yet what they are. Not unless we have already. But yeah.
We already talked about it.
We did, right? Yeah. Okay, so yeah.
Yeah, meat birds do fatten up in confined settings.
Yes, they do.
But meat birds are expensive if you're feeding them.
Healthy weight, happy, and
I don't want to spend money, so I'd rather them grow slower.
Yeah.
Be happy, eating all the bugs.
Oh my God, the bugs that they
natural
eat
protein,
so much,
and then a very minimal feed that we have to give them.
Yep, I feed them in the morning and all day.
They're eating bugs
everywhere, all day, and all day. We can put a piece of metal out there with water, and leave the metal there and pick it up, and there's bugs.
Yeah,
all day. So they're happy eating what they're eating, except for Max. Max is like an overeater. He eats anything and everything, 24/7.
Yeah, because if you actually want to give your chickens, like even if you have them in a coop or whatnot, or in a run, is just take a piece of wood, metal, or anything like that, wet the ground.
Yeah, put that there.
At nighttime, right before whenever you're putting them away or whatnot.
Yes.
Wet the ground, put a piece of metal, wood down on that.
Yeah.
And then in the morning, whenever you go to let chickens out, pick it up.
Yeah.
It's going to have crickets. It's going to have worms. It's going to have all kinds of stuff that's underneath that.
Yep.
And they get a lot of free stuff. They get to chase it all around. But, I mean, they're out here in the grass and they're doing all kinds of stuff.
And Dad and Anson mow the grass, and every time they mow, there's more coming out. So keep them happy.
They love following the lawnmowers.
So they know that there's food there. So that's a good one. I think
the only other animals that we really do are
the goats.
Goats.
Yes.
Goats, pigs. We've already talked about doing pigs, but pigs, if we don't raise pigs, once again, we know folks that do.
Yes.
So if we just want a butcher pig, I just go buy the butcher pig, butcher it, put it in the freezer, and then not worry about that.
Oh, that's messed up. So he was saying that something drug one of his hens out of the coop, and dragged it the other night. and didn't eat nothing. Huh?
That's probably a dog.
I don't know.
Sounds like something a dog would do.
Yeah, well, my daughter over here, this lovely child of mine, in the afternoon when she gets home from school,
I can see that.
She has to go feed the dogs and water them and everything. Make sure.
I watered them.
Yes, you give them water.
You give them water, so it's watering them.
So she does all that.
Not waterboarding.
But this child of mine doesn't lock the pins behind her.
Constantly.
So one morning I come out and
I'm screaming.
My hens are everywhere. Chickens are everywhere. And out comes Lilu and Whiskey.
It wasn't Lilu.
Running out. Yep. Lilu and Whiskey. Both of them running out. And just chasing chickens. But never bit them, nothing. Just running around all happy. Hey, I'm free. I'm this or whatever.
Yeah.
And I'm like, go back into your kennels.
Yeah,
so
they still don't have free reign. We tried a couple times.
We've been exposing. They leave the chickens go. The chickens go there, so they're getting exposed to the chickens. Oopsies.
What did you do?
I don't know. Oh gosh, you can see me still, right? They can see me still. See, they can. They can. I don't know what I did. Can y'all see me?
I don't know what you did. Did you hit something?
It says, "I love your electric bike." Okay. They can see it. They can see it. You see, we're still live.
Okay. I have no clue what you did.
I know. I just hit it like this, and it just.
She closed out the window.
But what was I saying?
Now I don't even know how to get it back to where it was.
Right there. Look, see. Right there.
Well, that goes to full screen.
Then I don't know.
I wouldn't be able to see the chat.
As long as they see us, the chat's on the side. It says, but yeah, y'all can hear us, right? Add money. Okay. So, they were running around, and the chickens like to be close to their kennels. So we're like, okay about that. So I think it is almost time to start letting them come out, but one by one and getting them fully exposed.
Plus,
especially Lilu.
We still need to get them some new collars, though, too.
Yes, I need new collars.
Man, we put collars on them, and they just chew them off.
Yeah.
So we need to get something a little stronger.
Metal.
Plus, obviously, coming into hunting season, we're going to need to get something with reflectix.
Yes.
I don't want them to have free reign of the property at night.
No.
I still want them to be, in their kennels whenever we're inside. So as long as people are outside, kind of like the same thing with chickens, right? Majority of the time, people are outside. We're able to keep eye on what's going on. And I want to do the same thing with the dogs because with all three of them are out, they're gone.
Yeah, they are.
If someone's not here to keep eyes on them, say, hey, stay here or whatnot, they're gone.
No, because
they go down the road. And
Lilu is the leader.
Hours and hours before they come back.
Yeah, Lilu is the leader, and they will follow her because she's street smart.
Yeah.
And what was it? So you're asking me about? Oh, okay. No, they were asking me about the electric truck. Which one? The thin one or the Mooncool?
The Mooncool or mine?
Yeah. Because the Mooncool is awesome. I love it. It's sturdy.
Yeah.
And the only problem with it is that I flattened one of the tires.
Yeah, I gotta fix the tire.
But to be honest, it was amazing. But I did it because I put a lot of weight to it, as in kids. I had hooked up a wagon in that, and it was one of those little hunting wagons that was like straight up heavy metal that we found up there in the ridge. And so I loaded up like 3-4 kids in that.
Yeah.
And we went to town with it. Like, we were riding this road, bumpy road and everything. By the time I came back the next day, I didn't notice it had a flat. But hey, it holds its own. I do love that trike. Yeah.
And what it said, the dogs explore for sure.
Yes,
I do not mind dogs being able to explore the property.
Yeah.
At some point, I would love to be able to get the nice GPS collars to kind of keep them on our property.
Yeah.
If they want to roam the entire 25 acres, even up on the ridge, I don't care.
That's fine.
But I also want to be that responsible pet owner
Yeah.
that is not allowing my dogs to go
to other people's
properties that's like a mile down the road or a half a mile down the road.
Or getting shot.
Or getting into other people's trash.
Or chickens or anything like that.
We obviously they've done that. They've went and got other stuff and have brought it back here, and I don't want that.
Yeah, and they used to have the neighbor up front. He used to leave out food for his pups too, and so they knew where extra food was at, and they were like, "Oh man, I'm gonna go here."
They're not starving by any means.
Oh no!
But dogs being dogs, they think they are sometimes, and
oh my God, like
they run off to go find other food.
So like this morning, I totally blamed Willow. Poor Willow. Right, baby? Poor baby. I totally blamed her this morning.
Her ears went.
I know. She's like, you're talking about me?
And then she made that confused face.
So this morning, normally the trash goes out at night. Any trash from any food that's in here, right? But yesterday night, after the trash was taken out, Mr. over here decided to have chicken wings, right?
Mm-hmm.
The chicken, and he left the bones in there, right? And I was thinking it was Willow, I was like, what's going on? I woke up this morning and I'm like, there's a chicken leg there, a chicken piece of chicken here, and I'm like, what's going on?
And that's how I know it wasn't Willow, because if it's still there,
it was there.
She didn't eat it.
And so I told her, go outside, right? I told her, get your butt outside. You're not supposed to be in the trash. So while I was out there feeding the chickens and, doing my morning chores, I come inside and the hubby here is like, you need to apologize to Willow. I was like, what happened? And she's like, well, it was the cat. And then I'm like, how?
Caught him red-handed.
Yeah. He caught Apollo knocking down the trash can to get to the chicken. But the reason why he did that was because there was no more food in his bowl.
Hey, don't look at
and
me.
we're
I
like,
place it every day.
I was like, I got you. So I gave him food in his bowl.
Fat boy.
And normally he has access to his food like 24/7. It's there. Yeah. And the good thing about the cat is that he eats when he's hungry. And
so far he's been like Willow. He just eats whenever he's hungry.
They can leave their food there.
Which, I mean, they only put out the prescribed amount per day, which I still think is probably a little more than what it should be.
Yeah. So he leaves it there. He can go. He goes, I think, when I give him that scoop, he goes maybe 2-3 days eating here. But at the same time, I know why he goes that long. It's because when Mom comes into the RV, she brings her cat over and her cat's bowl of food, and so it's like they're sharing food, and they eat whenever they want to. Yeah. So that's why.
And they'll go back and forth because it is two different flavors of food, 2 different brands. And I've seen both of them. Sometimes her kitten will eat his food, and sometimes he'll eat her food, and
my kiddo's cat
kind of goes back and forth.
But that's what they've been doing. That's our goofy animals there. We got our weird itty bitty tiny rooster trying to crow.
Just now starting to crow.
It's the funniest thing ever too. It's like, a guy going through puberty, a little boy going through puberty. That's what it's like.
Yeah,
that rooster.
His voice is cracky.
Yeah.
When he's trying to
I need to record him someday.
That's funny.
Poor little dude. But yeah. Max, we don't hear him crow. He's just like.
Yeah, we have not heard him try to do anything yet.
He'll talk back every now and then, but no, it's that little one. That little one is something.
I even heard some of the hens.
Yeah, they do.
Trying to make like a crowing noise.
It's weird, too.
Obviously, and I even looked that up. I was like, do hens crow?
Yeah.
I was like, I didn't even know. And, just going through, and it's to kind of, set their dominance, I guess, with the pecking order.
Oh, yeah.
And it's a certain one. It's only one that does it. And it's not even, because
the mama.
These are all like kids of the one mama hen. And one of the reasons why we separated the rooster, because we don't want, brother, sister, or
brother or
son mother, getting together type stuff.
Yeah.
And eventually, because I think mom and dad are talking about going back to Texas.
Yes.
November-ish.
They're trying. Yeah, they're going to try to get.
And they're going to try to get some more that's not part of the same family, same bird, same type of chicken. It's the bantam. And
it's
I forgot the exact name of
it. I know what type of. It's a Nankin.
The Nankin. Yeah.
It's a Nankin bantam. So
and they almost went extinct.
Yeah, they did, but they're protected.
Back, yeah.
So we know that if we make more bebes, we're helping that population.
Yeah.
They are very unique. They're cute, and
you can get ones because you can get them. Sometimes they'll have yellow legs, so they're like brown or tan in color.
Yeah.
You've probably seen them in the videos, but the good ones are like the good bloodline.
Yeah.
Has green legs, and I guess from what Dad was saying is that they will lay green eggs.
Mm-hmm. So we're like, okay, that sounds cool. So
that's nice.
So we do have.
And we have one hen that does have the green legs.
Yeah, both legs are green, and we have the rooster, the one and only rooster of hers that does have a hint of green. I think it's on his left leg.
I named the little rooster Shaggy.
Right. The little rooster or the big rooster?
The little rooster.
Shaggy, the little one.
Oh, yeah. Voice cracking.
Yeah.
Zorks.
Yeah. But yeah, we're gonna keep them. They're gonna help us trying to get a female for that one and a male for the other one.
Yeah, because if we can get at least one female to be able to put with him, just for being able to get fertilized eggs, to help grow that population, and then because I think the closest we've found to be able to get the exact same bird was over in Oklahoma, and they wanted $10 per egg.
$10 per egg, but the problem, and I think it's
not guaranteed to hatch.
Yeah, not guaranteed to hatch.
And obviously, you don't know if you're getting a rooster or a hen.
So you're incubating itself. So I'm like, I'd rather sell them for $10 alive.
Yeah.
Here's your chicken.
Just wait until you get the chicken.
Guaranteed.
Right? Guaranteed chicken for $10 a piece.
But I think it's the one in Missouri that's $10.
Yeah, that's a pretty good chunk of change for a chicken, I know, but they are considered, an exotic breed, I guess, because of their lineage. Yeah. Right? And I guess they've also been called a Cuban chicken.
Oh, yeah. Saying? Yeah, that's what they call them down there, little Cubanos. Yeah.
Little Cubanos.
Nankin. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So that's something. So those, obviously, we will collect eggs from some of the hens, but I think for right now, we're just going to use those to kind of breed out. Obviously, we would have to get incubators or let them do it naturally.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. To try to see if that will
and then try to see if we can't sell some of those, just as a money venture.
Yep, little Cubanos
to come in.
Yeah. And we looked, and these are cute little itty bitty tiny chickens.
Use them as a source of income.
Yeah, right.
Yeah,
because it's hard to find them here, and the crazy part is it's hard to find them here. But Dad says the way he described it was that there's a bunch of them over there where one of his friends lives, and he asked him, he's like, "Where'd you get them from?" He's like, "No, they just appeared in my property.
Just showed up."
And ever since then, he's been feeding them, and they just show up. They're just there, and we're like, "What?"
Yeah.
Because he asked me, he's like, "Hey,
from somewhere.
just." He's like, "You want chickens?" I was like, "Yeah, I want chickens." And I was like, "That's awesome. We got chickens." And I looked at them, and I was like, "Oh my God, these little things look so cute."
And it says, "We got extra roosters just saying. The pretty ones, the Easter eggers, Banties, barnyard mix. Come get one or two or 7.
Oh yeah.
No, we're still.
We're building it.
Yeah, we're still getting the fencing and stuff done. I've already told her we're not getting anything else until we have the resources in. So right now, 100% of our resources right now are going into getting this home, to be able to get the deposit put in, make sure that the house is getting ordered.
Yeah.
And then from there, we will be putting in, because fencing is not cheap.
No, it's
and
not.
And then, we still have to pay for the dozer to come out and build a house pad, because now the house pad is going to be on us. It's not part of the financing anymore. So, whether, and yes, I know folks have said, hey, can you get, people within the local community to come help you?
Yeah.
And yeah, most definitely. But we can ask.
Yeah, we can ask.
We can ask, and we have. And I know, because like Wiley, he's built house pads before. Mm-hmm. I've already been picking his brain, saying, hey, what would you do, or how can I, save a penny here or a dime here? What would you suggest? So I've already been picking, brains of folks within the community.
Yeah.
Of being able to get certain materials, or just going through and such. So yes, we have already been getting help from the community.
Yes.
In regards to that actual physical work, we haven't done yet, but we got time. We got time.
Yep. We do.
We're not in a rush yet. So we're just going by. We haven't even had anybody from Clayton come and physically look at the property yet. They will once we get the deposit put in. But they've already kind of given us some criteria of the size house pad that we need, of the size of the lane that needs to come into the property. And another thing that I'll tell you right now, before this house can come in, we're going to have to move the RV. Because right here where the RV sits is where that road, the what's the word I'm trying to think of? Extenuation. We have to extend the driveway through the yard to the house pad, right? Because that road has to be continuous.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So once we've gotten all that stuff cleared and we start getting the house pad cleared, this is going to be kind of like the last thing, the very last thing that we're doing is we have to move the RV. We can always put it back up in the front of where we had it, even though we don't have water up there yet. So we would have to go back to hauling water. And then from there, we have to finish the road in between where the current driveway is and the house pad. That way they can bring the house in.
Yep.
So.
Yep.
That's,
It's going to be a long road.
So there'll probably be, a few weeks, if not maybe a month or so of going kind of backpedaling of what we were doing with hauling water and stuff. So in doing that, if we're going to be doing that again, I would need to get a new pump for the RV possibly, or we do have the pump set up like what we did with the IBC tote. Because I was at a 70 PSI pump. Yeah. And then just kind of doing that again.
Yep, but it's only until we hook up all that water.
Because the IBC tote, it held water for a good 3 days before needing to refill it.
But now it's going to hold for at least a day.
Yeah, with everyone that's here, we'd probably have to fill it every other day. Sewage, though, for hauling sewage, vice just being able to dump it right here, because normally I do it about every 3 days. I go out and I dump sewage regardless of what the tanks are at. Yeah. Sometimes they're a little over 50%. Sometimes they're up around like 80%. Yeah. Now, if we're over there and I'm having to haul it in the gray tank, I have to dump it every single day. Every day. Yeah. He said he just got the notification that we were live. Sounds about right. That's probably why we got a spike in our concurrent. Because it jumps.
It's a hello. We're actually here.
Able to see that we went from 16 to 26.
Yeah. It was like.
So yeah, I'm pretty sure other folks got their notifications too. So.
Yeah, they're like, well, we're late.
Thank everyone for coming in.
Yeah, definitely.
I know we did not go live last Sunday.
We got some new 3-point attachments.
Just way too much stuff going on.
3-point attachments. If you need any of them, post hole digger, dirt scoop, and key fork blade.
Okay. Yeah, I do have it's not mine. I'm borrowing it from a friend, but we do have a post hole digger. I do have a box blade, and
Oh my God,
than
yes.
the mower.
So I have seen the outdoor showers where they stack those totes together. That is so cool.
Yeah.
I saw who.
Actually, Jen and Wiley have a very nice setup like that.
A setup. They actually put 4
Mountain
totes together. They put one top of the other for the shower, and then the other one for their toilet.
Yeah, the composting toilet. Yeah.
Awesome. I looked at it on the inside. It's pretty cool.
Hello, Armida.
Yeah, and that would be a good idea too, to get some totes to do that. Yeah.
Yeah, because even if we had to do some showering outside or whatnot, because it's going to be colder. So during that time, if we're doing this right towards the last minute, it's going to be around December time frame.
Yeah.
Towards the end of December time frame that we would be moving this. So I don't know. Last year it really didn't get super cold until February, March time frame. So
yeah, it was.
We'll just kind of see how it goes. But that is definitely something that's going to happen though. Is we have to have a road that goes all the way to the house pad site, and the reason why we have to move the RV is because that road has to go right here where the RV is at.
Yes, it has to go around.
They would have to drive over the septic system, and they're not going to do that.
Yeah, we can't do that.
We have to go around the septic.
Yep. We're not trying to repeat that septic problem again.
No.
Nope.
And the septic system's not even finished. So
I'm like, nope.
We've gotten the tank cleaned out. We've got piping going down, but
everything's been working perfectly.
We still have to do the modified mound system, and we still have to have the secondary tank that catches all of the black water or all the effluent. It's the effluent water that comes out.
Yep. And
then from there, it'll be pumped up into the modified mound.
Yep. So. Yep. Yes.
Yeah, that's all still work in progress. We'll get there one of these days.
But yeah, at least for now, we don't have to worry about that.
Yeah.
I wouldn't want to repeat one of those days. That was just a tough day.
Billy and Rondo were Strong's Adventures.
Hey, y'all.
Well, better late than never, Billy.
Yep. Yep. It's good.
And I got bit by something, so I've been all itchy.
Well, I've been handling a lot.
Plus, I already know that, with cutting all the trees and stuff down, like a few of those trees were just completely covered in poison sumac.
Oh, yeah.
And I was trying to move it out of the way, not cutting through with a chainsaw and whatnot. But
so I was telling him.
You're still going to get some of the smaller vines.
Because you know how we said we kept getting those little itty bitty bites that just show up out of nowhere, and we keep thinking they're chiggers, but they're not chiggers. I was reading something, and
Howdy, Deborah.
They were having problems in some other state with cicada mites or something like that. Yeah. Mites that like to eat cicadas. There's like these little oak mites. There you go.
Oak mites.
So I was like, yep, we got a lot of oak here. That might be it.
I mean, it's obviously, yes, we do have a lot of oak, and I'm pretty sure that a lot of those mites we already have, but with this year being very high cicada numbers, because of the two breeds that came out, I think those mites are also a little on the higher side.
Yeah, because it's slowed down.
I think that's what's getting us.
Like, it's slowed down a bit. Like, I don't see a lot of...
Yeah, because a lot of the cicadas have went away.
Yeah, so I don't see a lot of they used to have.
I don't hear as many of the cicadas as what we did towards the beginning of summer.
So, yeah, I think that is exactly what it was, because I haven't gotten, like, extremely bitten by that. But, yes, Japanese beetles do eat those mites, but also Japanese beetles eat everything. They will eat your crops.
Which I mean, we don't even really see the Japanese beetles that often until
there's for
more fall time.
Yeah, a month or two or something. They come out like crazy. So bring a bucket of water with you when you are cleaning, and wash your hands and arms every 30 minutes.
I probably should do that.
Yeah,
because if you get that oil off of you quickly, then normally you don't itch nor near as much.
Yeah, I really think it was those darn mites.
Yeah,
I really do.
Most definitely. But yes, we've still been clearing lands. I've only got all the trees that need to be cut down are cut down.
Yes,
I still have one branch off of one of the big pines, right?
Yeah.
And I always call those my blacksmith pines.
Yeah.
Because all the big ones that are in the front of the property, those are eventually going to be the timber frame wood from a blacksmith shop. But one of the big branches that's on it, I need to chop off. And then the whole front area is basically done based off of what they have told us. Now, obviously, if they come to the property and say, hey, you still need to clear some more stuff here, or here, okay, we'll continue to do that. And then we already know we need to extend the driveway here in the yard where the RV sits, and we still have to build a house pad.
Dove chocolate tastes better than their soap.
Yeah, no, Dove's chocolate.
Yes.
Yes. Well, I don't know how Dove tastes, but I know what Ivory tastes like, don't I, Mom?
I thought I had some in there. Is it Irish Springs? I think that's
Irish Spring. Yeah.
Or is that what it is? I don't know.
Irish Spring.
Yeah, because they were like, "Oh, you know what? Shave this stuff, and it'll repel the flies."
The only bar soap I got right now is the Crocker soap.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We've had that for years already. Sheesh.
Yeah, poison sumac. I feel it's not as bad as poison ivy or poison oak. It still itches though. I don't really see it spread because poison ivy, like you'll get one little thing and you'll itch it and it spreads.
Yeah.
And that's always my thing is I'll scratch, just not even thinking about it. I'm just sitting here scratching, thinking something bit me, and then I'll go look and I'll be like, oh no, that's poison ivy or poison oak or whatever it is, and I'll sit there and itch it, and then all of a sudden
then he doesn't stop. And he's the one that said before, mind over matter. And look what happened.
Yeah. Well, once I realize what it is, I'm able to not itch as often.
Hummingbirds eat them too.
As you see, I'm always touching my face or touching.
Yeah. So he says he's been going through sugar feeding hummingbirds. Yeah, we had, and I can see it right now. Dang it, I just looked over there too. So Mom had, she had a hummingbird feeder right there, and little critters. When the wind, that hard wind came through a couple of days ago, it knocked it out and broke it.
It broke her hummingbird feeder.
So poor birdies, they keep coming by trying to get food, and there's nothing there, or they're getting like whatever's left. So
yeah,
we need to fix that.
Need to get some more.
Yeah.
More feeders.
But yeah, so we always have like 2 or 3 of them, and they can be possessive of the feeder.
Telekinetic rash, yes.
Yep.
Most definitely.
So we almost lost our feeders to the wind, but Deborah got them down. Yep.
Yeah.
Now this one came out of nowhere. When was it? It was like at 12 o'clock or something. Is when the whole RV was shaking.
The very first out of the 2 storms that came.
Yeah. So
came through last.
Yeah.
The very first one, I was not expecting it at all.
Yeah.
Because our local weather didn't even say we had storms coming.
Yeah.
From what I had seen on my phone.
Yep. But yeah,
and
we
then
had
all of a sudden we were laying in bed. I was still awake, and all of a sudden it was like whoosh, and I'm like, whoa, hey! And so we jumped up and went and started. Yeah, because I still had tools outside.
He's gathering the tools, and I'm bringing in the awning. So I was like, okay.
Yeah.
But we didn't think about feeders. We didn't think about other stuff.
I mean, Dad still had tools outside. That
so we're like,
I didn't even know he still had stuff outside.
So yeah, we were just
some of the yard stuff was still sitting outside.
Controlled.
Lawnmowers, weed eaters,
chairs. So I try to make sure the chairs were put in so they don't fly off. Then that next day, the plastic swimming pool is over there on the other side by trees.
The inflated pool went. it took a ride.
Yeah, he's like, send some rain down this way. Not the tornado rains, but the nice drizzle stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're supposed to be getting rain. We are.
Yeah, we haven't had a whole lot of rain this summer. I know rainy season's coming. Unfortunately.
Yeah, we have.
But yeah, this coming week, I think we have 1 or 2 days of rain coming.
We did have some downed trees when the bus couldn't come here to pick up the kiddo.
Yeah, well, yeah, not on our property, down the road.
But there is one suspicious tree that is literally right outside of our property. It's like, dang it. Like,
yeah, it's the neighbors, which, I mean, I can always, that far. I have his phone number, so I can always say, hey, can I go cut this tree down?
This tree is like this. It's like leaning like this.
It's an oak, and it's already been dropping branches onto the road.
And every time I pass driving by there, I'm like, damn, will this be the goddamn day? I was like, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know.
So we're just like, okay, we don't know.
All right, well, we are at our hour.
Yeah,
so we are. And I know other folks go live.
Yeah.
On Sundays. I don't know 100% certain on time. I know Peter's going to be coming up in a little bit over at Old Man King Homestead. Mm-hmm. So definitely get over there and show him some love. It's greatly appreciated. And continue to follow our journey as we're getting closer to getting a house and getting out of this RV. It's greatly appreciated.
Yeah.
And all that we do ask is please continue to watch the videos, watch the ads. That way we can get some money for building this house pad.
Or just watch us for fun if you want to watch us for fun.
That's greatly appreciated.
Yep.
All right, baby. Well, that's it. So last but not least.
See y'all. And oh yeah, sorry, I was reading. Well, y'all have a great weekend. And yeah, last but not least.
Always think better and every chance you get.
Not only on Veterans Day.
We'll see you on the next one.
Yep, thumbs up, guys. Y'all take it easy out there.
Later, y'all.
Bye.
All right, put your boobs away. It's not over yet.
Whatever.